Welcome to this broadcast of college basketball on 2K Sports. The action doesn't get much better than two of the most dynamic teams in college basketball going at it on the hardwood. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Kansas Jayhawks and the Georgetown Hoyas.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And so in the game for the Jayhawks, Freak in at point guard. Also Duncan out there, and it's Terry in at the four-man position. Here's Freak. No good. So Georgetown will take it the other way.
Well, there have been a lot of great players out of Georgetown over the years, most of them big men, but don't forget about Allen Iverson. He might just be the most popular former Hoya of all time.
Again, Georgetown.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
And so here's Kansas. 7-point differential. Duncan dishes to Gaines. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Kansas on D. Trice kicks to Price. There's the pick. He dishes it to Randolph. Hudson with a screen on Duncan. Duncan against Randolph. To the middle, off the pick. And it's Warren with the jam.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
All alone. Look at that jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Now here's Freak. Back to Duncan. Freak with it. Clock at 6. The shot no good. So Georgetown will take it the other way. Trice with it. Guarded now by Duncan. They set the pick. Right side, Randolph. Passes it to Warren. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, some really big names have come out of the Kansas Jayhawks program into the NBA. A pair of first overall picks in their history. Believe it or not, Wilt Chamberlain wasn't one of them.
Well, and the topic of Wilt Chamberlain's draft was under that territorial right, which was why both teams will make substitutions. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And guys, without a doubt, it's been a rough go so far here for Freak and his team. They just can't find anything to capitalize on consistently thus far.
And Greg, I'm anticipating plenty of adjustments from the coach, but I tell you what, when it comes down to what happens in the second half, it's about the players executing. A few quick baskets right out of the gate, and it's anybody's game.
And so in the game for the Jayhawks, Freak, he's in at point guard. Also Duncan out there, and it's Terry in at the 4. Kansas trails by 9.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
And so it looks like the Hoyas will retain possession here. Nelson's checked in for the Hoyas.
Kyle Nelson.
Now here's Trice. Price outside. There's the screen. And Randolph now top of the key. Pass to Trice. Back to Randolph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High post shot. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, so many great centers have come through Georgetown. For a while, they were the destination for great centers going into college. You can point to any of their teams and find an NBA center on the roster.
Oubre kicks to Duncan. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Randolph. Here's Freak. Off target from outside. Hoyas leading by 6. Randolph kicks to Trice. To the middle. Here's Nelson. The Hoyas with another miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
He is hauled in by the Hoyas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Randolph kicks to Hudson. Passes it to Randolph. He feeds it to Hudson. Shoots from the baseline. Shot is no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Terry, the pass to Freak. Here's the 3. And he gets the bucket. Freak's got 8.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Inside, Oubre dishes to Gaines. And that is good.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
And, Greg, I think they will.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
They've got Warren, and it's Gonzalez in at the 2-guard spot. 1:16 left here in the second half. Here's Harkless. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Georgetown leads by 3. And here's Freak. And the Jayhawks again can't hit.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And an intentional foul right there. Two points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 38 seconds left here in the second half of the game. And he commits the intentional foul.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Shooting for the Hornets, Kenny Warren at the line for 2.
He gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
And that misses, and no second shot coming to him this time. From deep. He is hauled in by the Hoyas. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his 3rd personal foul. At the line for Georgetown, John Trice. 2 shots.
And the free throw, no good. So he comes up empty at the line. Offline. So the Hoyas win it. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin.